What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Balance University podcast. I'm your host, Nick Stoulis. Today, I'm making a pretty serious video for you guys. And the reason that I want to do it is because, I know a lot of people out there struggling with anxiety, and especially in 2020. So, before I leave this earth and move on to whatever the fuck happens, I hope I can help at least one of you, just prevent yourself from doing something that would ultimately just destroy your family, your friends. If there's anything that I could ever hope to achieve in this lifetime, if there's ever, what's the best testimonial that I could possibly get is someone going, yo, Nick, I watched your video, and because of you, I decided not to hurt myself. I decided not to proceed with doing something that I wanted to do. Thank you for giving me hope and shit like that, So this video is titled Anxious for No Reason. Watch this. So I wrote this all down. I have a decent amount of stuff that I wrote for you guys, and I'm just gonna read to you. And I want you to really listen. And, this all came from me. It's come from books that I've read, accumulation of videos that I've watched. And, I want to help you guide yourself through this hard, very hard time that a lot of people are struggling and, dealing with. So I want to offer you a perspective that you've never had before. And, without further ado, let's dive into it. So the first bullet point that I wrote is people with anxiety are closer to inner peace than they actually think. Now, you're like, what the fuck? How is that even possible? I have anxiety. I'm probably the farthest away from inner peace. I'm so jealous of people that don't have to deal with anxiety. And been there, done that. I understand exactly where you're coming from, why you feel the way that you feel. And the reason that I'm sharing that perspective with you is because, in my opinion, through reading books called The Power of Now and learning from, my mentor, Eckhart Tolle, basically, he gave me a completely different perspective on thoughts. So basically, your ability to think should be like any sort of tool, okay? So the same way having a car is great. It gets you from point A to point B. You use it when it's necessary to use it. Right now I'm using my brain. I was thinking all right, I should make a YouTube video today. You know what I'm saying? I should make a video with the emphasis of putting the most valuable piece of content that I could possibly think of to help the most amount of people. That is using my thoughts in a positive, productive manner. But I also have had some anxious thoughts. And what I say to those thoughts, I have an affirmation. We'll get into that later in the video. But people with anxiety are closer to inner peace than they think. And as I read, I'm going to explain to you guys why. All right. Negative thoughts are signals your mind is telling you to snap back into the present moment. Now, the present moment is just being in your five senses. That's what you see, what you smell, what you taste, what you hear, and what you touch. Now, if you're doing laundry, if you're taking a shower, if you're sitting on the porch outside, if you're at work, if you're driving to work, instead of you being in your mind the whole time thinking whatever it is that you're thinking about, why not just focus on what your hands feel like gripping the wheel of your car, and what the lines in the road look like as you're driving, and what the leaves look like on the trees. That's ultimately all you should be focused on at a certain point. If you're not having a productive thought, a positive thought that's helping you become the strongest version of yourself, then drop the thought because it's not worth it. Focus on being in the present moment, because the present moment is all you're ever going to have. There's no past, there's no future, there's right now. I'm making this video right now, not not yesterday, not tomorrow. Every single day is just a continuation of the present moment, the now. The now is all we've ever had. So let me get into my next point. Your brain is trying to tell you to focus on your inner body. All right. Instead of thinking like just with your brain, I want you guys to think with your body. Like, what does your head feel like? What do your cheeks feel like? What does your hands feel like? What do your legs feel like? What do your feet feel like? And just focus on what they feel like instead of focusing on God knows what. Everybody's got their own different demons, anxieties, and OCDs. I don't know what yours are. All I know is what mine are. And the way that I think of it is like, like when I feel a negative thought coming, I tell myself literally, stop thinking. Get back into the present moment. Focus on your inner body. So instead of thinking of something negative, I just focus on how my body feels in this moment. Like, how does my breathing feel? What am I looking at? What am I presently doing? And I'm just trying my absolute hardest to get into the present moment to the best of my capability. All right. Your inner body is how your body feels from the top of your head to your feet. Okay? So like, if you've never heard of like your inner body and you're like, what the fuck is this kid even talking about? That's just how you feel. Like, your hand, like focus on your hand for a sec. What does your thumb feel like? What does your pointer finger feel like? What does your middle finger feel like? What does your ring finger feel like? What does your pinky feel like? Literally, that's your inner body. Just focusing on how your inner body feels. Put your emphasis and your attention there. It'll improve your immune system. It'll help you meditate. It'll help you de-stress. You don't have to be in your thoughts. We're gonna get into why, if you're an anxious person, you're closer to inner peace than you actually think. So, you're not your thoughts. Your true self is your five senses. It's what you see, what you hear, what you touch, what you feel, etc. The pandemic no one talks about is overthinking. It is perceived as normal because everyone is mostly doing it. If everyone's doing it, it's normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if everyone's doing it, does that 100% mean it's healthy? Yes or no? Right? So, like, people in the book Power Now, he talks and he brings up this amazing, fascinating point. Like, we put people in a mental hospital for talking out loud, them talking to themselves. Meanwhile, everybody is doing that, but in their head and just not talking out loud. It's literally, it is so similar. We're all like mentally ill in a way because we're not in the present moment. We're not using our brain. Our brain is using us. If we're having negative thoughts, it is just simply a scenario where your brain is using you and you're not using it. So what I want to do with this video, if you can learn one thing, is to just become aware of the fact that you're not using your brain. It is using you. And your brain is malleable. It is not easily, it's going to take some work, it's going to take some time, it's going to take some effort, but you can change your brain. You can change the wiring in your brain. Your brain is made up of neuroplasticity, and what you repeat to yourself most often is what you're going to get. So over the past week, like, I've had freaking horrible anxiety, and like I got so close to taking my anti-anxiety medication for the first time. Like, I've never taken it. I had horrible anxiety when I was in high school, and I never took it. I was just like, nah, it's just not for me. Obviously through the pandemic in 2020, like, dude, like my anxiety sucked, and I'm open about it. It's like whatever. Went to the doctor a few times for it. She prescribed me an anti-anxiety pill, and I have it over there in case I ever want it, if I ever feel like I need it. And it got to the point where I was like, fuck, like this is the worst it's been since I can remember. I'm gonna pop open one of these pills. And I guess the main reason that I didn't was because I had the thought of, well, what happens when the pill jar runs out? Am I just gonna be dependent on it? Yeah, I'll be fine, my anxiety will go away today. But what about a month from now? What about a year from now? Am I dealing with the problem? Or am I suppressing it? And we're gonna get into why it's such a profitable business for people to suppress their thoughts with alcohol, drugs, whatever it is. So I'm not saying don't take your meds. I'm saying as you're taking your meds, work to use your brain instead of having it use you. Start to rebuild, start to recreate your own brain. I remember being in such a dark place, and then just learning about the brain, learning how it works, and then having like that realization of, oh, I'm not stuck here. I can move into a better place. I can change my brain into something that I actually want. I can use my brain instead of having it use me. Another book that I highly recommend is called Superbrain. This is what it looks like. Let me just pull it up real quick on my iBooks. When I was in 12th grade, like this is the book that I read, and it really immensely helped me, and I highly recommend it for you. You know what I'm saying? Like this book gave me hope in high school when I was just like, God damn, like my life I am struggling. You know what I'm saying? And this book really made me feel like I had some fucking control again. Now this is what the book looks like. I'm pulling it up on Amazon so you guys can see. I highly recommend using Audible and just listening to the book when you're in the car. It's called Superbrain. This is what it looks like. Definitely go check it out. It's by Deepak Chopra, MD, and Rudolph Tanzi, PhD. Joseph P.H. and Rose Kennedy, Professor of Neurology, Harvard Medical School. It's called Superbrain, unleashing the explosive power of your mind to maximize health, happiness, and spiritual well-being. And when I was in high school, that book helped me a ton. And the book that's helping me a ton now is called The Power of Now. I've talked about it in multiple YouTube videos in the past. And what these two books have done for me is it's given me hope that my anxiety isn't the end of the road. It's just something that is a tool. My negative thoughts, my anxiety is a tool to snap me back into the present moment, into how I feel right now. Like how do my arms feel? How do my legs feel? How's my breathing? What am I looking at? What am I listening to? Am I tuning into some 432, like what I have in the background? Or am I listening to music? What am I listening to? What types of videos am I absorbing? What type of books am I listening to? You know what I'm saying? Like I've changed my perspective on my negative thoughts. Like instead of viewing them as like, oh my God, like feels like the end of the world. Like I'm thinking all these negative things, and I'm just like, I came to the realization the other night when I was like about to take like the drug for the first time. I was just like, you know what? Nah, like let me just like meditate and work through it. And then I just felt like instant like relief just come over me, and I was like, bet, like I'm happy I didn't take it. So yeah, the pandemic no one talks about is overthinking. It is perceived as normal because everyone is doing it. Everyone. But just because 8 billion people are doing it doesn't mean you should do it too. All right, so there's too much money in us being mentally ill. The best way to make money is to get recurring payments. what better way to make money is there than to get the majority of the human population hooked on drugs, alcohol, etc.? So, you know, through advertising, commercials, every other commercial you see is a different type of drug. It's a different type of thing that you can be hooked on, with a laundry list of side effects. And side effects, I don't know about you, but they kind of scare me. And I don't want to have a foreign substance put into my body. And then, yeah, it fixes a problem for the short term, but long term, what's going on? Am I going to get long-term side effects? Maybe. I don't want to have then anxiety about having long-term like side effects. So that's why I don't take this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's shit. I'm not saying alcohol is shit. I'm not saying smoking weed is shit. I'm not saying taking antidepressants or anything that your doctor has prescribed is shit. I'm not saying that. And if you desperately need it, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm saying be willing to overcome whatever it is that you're going through, and try to sit with your thoughts, and don't try to escape the present moment. People smoke weed to escape their thoughts because they don't want to be alone with their thoughts. It's tough. I get it. You know, I've been alone. I quit weed and it hasn't been easy. I've been smoking weed since I was in 10th grade. So, you know, the withdrawal symptoms for some people, not everybody gets withdrawal symptoms. Some people, like me, because I was doing it for so long, my brain was so used to the spikes of dopamine and serotonin. Now that I don't have that, it literally does increase anxiety and depression. It does. So I'm in, not only does the world suck currently, I also have withdrawal symptoms that I'm feeling. That's why it's like, I felt like I needed the pills the other day, because I was just like, yo, like, fuck, like, I'm struggling hard. But, you know, I don't know. There's just something in me that was just like, yo, like, you got this. Like, let's keep pushing forward. So, the best thing that you can do, in my opinion, is just eat healthy, work out, get your circadian rhythm on point. I've been going to the gym at 6 a.m., my friend Bobby, and it's just lifestyle habits. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you eating garbage, or are you eating healthy food? Are you eating salads, or are you eating McDonald's? Are you eating, you know, grilled chicken, or are you eating fried chicken? Are you eating vegetables, or are you eating a bag of chips? It's like everything can contribute to your anxiety. You know what I'm saying? So it's an accumulation of things. So my best advice is to work out regularly, eat healthy, get it on a good sleep schedule, go to bed early, make time for your friends and family. The number one antidepressant is friends. Like, when I put my headphones on and I put my Turtle Beaches on and I play PS4 with my friends, it's like there's no room for anxiety, because I got 6 of my best friends that I've been friends with since I'm in middle school or even elementary school. I hear their voices and I talk to them, and I'm just like, yo, like the problems just melt away. Keep your friends close and your family closer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't stress enough how important relationships with other human beings are. So, the worst thing that could happen for these companies that are profiting from you being addicted to alcohol and drugs would be for the human population to be present and not reliant on their drugs anymore. How would they make their money if people were like, nah, like, I'm chilling and I'm having a great fucking time being sober? The alcohol companies would lose their shit. The fast food companies would be like, what the fuck? People are eating broccoli, not french fries. Like, how the fuck? Like, the pharmaceutical companies would be like, god damn it. People aren't anxious anymore or depressed. What the fuck are we gonna sell them? Their immune systems are improving because people are meditating and exercising and going to bed early. Like, fuck, how are we gonna keep making money? Let's put those fuckers out of business because we're taking control of our lives. That's kind of what I would like to see. If you haven't found the off button for your mind, you suffer from overthinking. And I bet you, out of 8 billion people on the planet, that 7.9 billion people or more suffer from overthinking. Like, if you're having, if you know how to turn the key off, like you get out of your car, you turn the key off and you leave and you're done using your car until you need it again. Same with your brain. If you're using your brain productively, right? I'm productively making a video. I use my brain to write all these notes. And then when I'm done, I'm gonna make something to eat and I'm gonna be present when I eat the food. And then I'm gonna make some cold calls for my business. And, you know, I'm not gonna go into I'm gonna try to not go into a state where I just have negative thoughts coming in, of just anxious thoughts about this, about that. And every time I do get an anxious thought, I'm going to say an affirmation. And we're going to get into that. So, do you have the off button? I don't have it yet, but I'm striving. That's what the fuck I'm trying to get. That's what I want. That's my goal of 2020. I don't know if I can do it in 2020, but maybe 2021. I know that if I'm sober, I'm that much closer to achieving that goal, because if I'm not high or drunk or sedated, I know that I'm truly with myself and I'm not running from my thoughts. And even if they're negative, it's okay, because I can snap back into it. I can snap back into the present moment, because they're just alarms. It's like, you'll see. If you suffer from anxiety, think of your negative thoughts as reminders to snap back into your five senses. That's all it is. It's just like, yo, motherfucker. Like, what do you smell? What do you see? What do you hear? What are you touching? What do you feel? You know what I'm saying? That's all it's saying. Instead of, you know, going down that rabbit hole of that negative thought, just the second you feel it coming and the second you have it, be like, stop thinking. These are just, you know, clouds. You don't look at the clouds in the sky and go like, oh, I'm anxious about that cloud. You just let the clouds pass. But sometimes it's raining. Like right now it's raining. I'm in Long Island, New York. It's raining right now. Like, it's got some negative clouds out there, but I'm not gonna be upset about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna let them pass, and then tomorrow it'll be sunny. Or maybe it'll rain for 2-3 days and then it'll be sunny again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just life. You can't have the ups without the downs. And just viewing your thoughts, like, the earth is alive, just like we're alive. We're human beings. We're on this earth. This earth is alive. You know what I'm saying? The weather is so similar to just our own brains, our own thoughts. Like, when you use it as a perspective, and you use it as a metaphor, it helps me. I don't know if it'll help you, but it definitely helps me. It helps me go, like, do I trip over different thoughts or different clouds? There's no reason to. You have 20,000, 50,000 thoughts a day or more, 100,000 thoughts a day. Why is one thought, why cling to any specific one? Why cling to thoughts at all? Use them as a tool. It's your car. Use it as a tool. Use it when necessary. Use it when you need it. And if you feel like you're overthinking and you're getting into an anxious pattern, come back to the present moment. Use that as your signal, your snap back out of it. Okay? The mantras that have helped me is thinking of my thoughts as clouds. No thoughts matter more than another. Just let them pass. Don't cling to any thought, because it is not worth doing. All right, I basically just said that. So, that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're anxious for no reason, I don't blame you. 2020's been tough. Hope this video has helped you. If you're new to the channel, leave a like, subscribe, whatever. Do what you gotta do. Share this with somebody if you know that they're struggling with anxiety. And you know, I hope this video helped you. I made this video for you, for just one person to be like, word, like, I feel better, you know? So that being said, guys, subscribe. Peace out.